went back pretty early, I see. If someone saw it, they'd think I was kicking you out or something. It's only 3 in the afternoon. Why did you go back home so early? What kind of attitude is that towards your mother-in-law? You should be a little more gentle to me and my surroundings. I don't know why I have to be telling you this in the first place.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Nathan's tutor canceled last minute, so I had to go back to the house. He's really great, but he cancels at the last second from time to time. I think I might have mentioned that to you before.
Well, you should have told me about it again when you were about to leave. You really give me a headache, do you know that? So what if you have like 3 houses? You don't even have the basics of common sense.
It's my fault that I didn't tell you about it when I was getting ready to leave, so that's on me. But I don't really understand how this has anything to do with me having 3 houses.
Why doesn't it have anything to do with this? It actually has everything to do with it. Aren't the houses all in your name?
Well, yes, the houses are under my name. I'm sorry, but I fail to see how this has anything to do with me leaving.
That's why I mentioned it. What even are you talking about? Are you trying to get at me with something? Did you already forget? I never really liked you from the beginning. But Samantha loves you so much that I didn't really have a choice but to let the marriage happen in the end. If you know that, shouldn't you act a little more cordial with me, always talking back and whatnot? You get on my nerves.
I am, of course, still thankful about the fact that you eventually agreed with the marriage happening, but the thing is, it's been over 8 years since I've gotten married to Samantha. Could you start trying to perceive us more as an independent being from now on? How much longer do Samantha and I have to listen to that whole ordeal about how you didn't want Samantha to get married to me?
Wow, you're talking to me as if I've mistreated you so much that I owe you something. You aren't afraid to say whatever you want to me, are you?
It's not that I'm afraid to say what I want to say or that I don't have respect for you. It's just that I don't really understand you sometimes. I don't think I've ever done anything to deserve hearing such hurtful words from you.
This is why I don't like you. Just look at how you're acting right now. Jeez!
If you're just gonna continue on talking to me like I've done bad things to you when I haven't done anything like that ever, I think we should just stop talking to each other for now and end this conversation. I hope you get some rest.
Did Mom say mean things to you again?
How did you know? It's like you're psychic.
It's pretty easy to read along the lines now. She's always like that. You don't really do anything at all, but she'll somehow find some way to nitpick you. She's always complaining about how she shouldn't have let me gotten married to you. She said that if she knew it was going to turn out like this, she would have done everything in her power to stop it from happening.
It's alright. I'm pretty callous to it by now.
Oh, you met the wrong wife, and now I'm making you suffer.
What are you talking about? Don't think that way. I've never once regretted getting married to you. I'm not saying this just to make you feel better. I actually mean it. If there is a next life, I'll make sure to reincarnate again and find you and get married to you once more.
Oh, thank you for telling me that, sweetheart. I love you so much, and I just feel bad for making you go through all of this. You know how Mom is with my younger sister? If it was just that my mom feels more attached to my sister than me, then I'd understand, but Mom would always tell me about how I need to be a good example as her older sister. She would blame me about how I need to always be doing better and striving for goals. She'll blame it on me that because I'm not being a good role model to Savannah, that she's not doing well with school. She even went as far as to say that if I had to die in order for my sister to succeed in life, she would rather have that happen.
You're her daughter too, though. How could she say something so senseless like that? When did she first start saying something like that? Why didn't you tell me?
I just thought that if I were to be honest with you about it, it would make me feel even more miserable. The more I admit it to people, the worse I feel for having to say it out loud. You know that my sister's always been good at playing the violin. She got all of the attention and the support from the family, but I wasn't like that, and I didn't really have anything that I was good at. I wanted to be able to prove myself to my parents that I'm worth something. I studied so much to the point that I would end every single night passed out in my chair at my desk. After graduating from college and getting my degree, I went straight into getting a job without taking a break in between. I tried my best to make sure that I am of help to the family whether that being financially or morally. Even though my sister's always been pretty lazy with practicing the violin and went to a rather lower-class college when compared to the one I went to, they never liked me as much as they liked her, especially my mom. Although I was the one that would bring in most of the money, they would always love my sister who would, in the end, use up all of the money. They kept telling me about how my sister would end up to be more successful than I am, and that a woman who knows how to engage herself in arts is going to be able to find a man that's worthy. Oh, I don't know. The point is that because she's the younger one, she's the baby of the household.
It isn't an excuse to treat you the way that they've been doing. I can't imagine how much you've suffered until now. I didn't know anything like that until now. I only thought about myself and what I'm going through at the moment. I'm sorry, I should have paid more attention to you. Then I want to call myself your husband. I'm embarrassed of myself.
This isn't your fault at all. I'm the one that didn't tell you about anything after all. I just think that at this point, Mom doesn't want to recognize the fact that the one that she put all her time, money, and effort into resorted into nothing more than a teacher who's only skilled enough to teach beginner-level classes for kids. There's no way that she doesn't notice what's going on with Savannah and how lazy she's been. In the beginning, I did feel bad for my mom and had pity on her, but the more this goes on, the harder it is for me to endure it.
What can I do for you so that you won't have to suffer as much? Please tell me.
I didn't tell you about all this because I wanted you to do something for me. I just need someone to vent to at the end of the day, and today was the day that I decided to spill all the tea. As long as my mom is alive, I'm just some maid that lurks around my sister who's the princess.
I'm sorry, I'm such a bad husband. How could I have not known about anything at all until now?
Why do you say that? I couldn't have asked for a better husband in my whole entire life. Other people gossip about me that I got married to you because of the fact that you have 3 houses to your name. Even if they call me a gold digger or whatnot, I don't care. What I like about you isn't the fact that you have 3 houses to yourself. It's the fact that you are a hard-working person. You're the type of person to find a way out of being under a whole bunch of debt and climb his way back to success.
It's me that got married to the most perfect woman that I could ever find. When I didn't know about real estate and stepped my foot into something too big for my plate. I had so much debt and I didn't know what to do. You helped me out so much with that. That's why in the end I was able to have 3 houses on me without a loan. It's all because you were with me during those times. People talk their gossip because they don't know the truth behind the scenes. That's what bored people do with their free time.
I don't know why the world is like this. When we're left alone together, it's just so peaceful and nice. But as soon as we get involved with the reality, we run into situations where we have to feel sorry for each other. Why does it have to be this way?
Let's not feel that way to each other so much anymore. I want us to be able to tell each other how thankful we are more than how sorry we are.
I like that idea. All right. Thanks so much for listening to me vent today.
And I want to thank you for being my wife through all the hard times. I'll go pick up Nathan from the tutor. It sounds like he's done now.
Okay, I'll see you at home.
Zachary, you know that new office building that is going to be built in the next few months? What do you think about buying some of it?
I don't know about that one. It's a little burdening already to keep up with the 3 houses that I have now. Also, I don't know what the return on an office building would be like.
You don't know? Don't you have like 3 different houses to yourself?
Yes, I mean, I'm not a professional in this field, anyway.
No, you must be lying. I see you lollygagging about all of that money you have after getting into real estate. I can't stand you acting like that. Are you trying to prevent me from making some money for myself or something?
No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. It's just that because I'm not a professional, I can't be too sure about how all of this really works. I don't understand why you always have to resort into making me look like the bad person. I'm a little flustered.
That's what I want to say, you fool. You have like 3 different houses to yourself, but when your mother-in-law wants to get into real estate herself, you want to do everything in your power to prevent that from happening so that you can stand your ground. All you have are houses to your name. How can you be so aloof?
Why aren't you even trying to listen to me then? If I were still to be doing the whole real estate thing, then I would be able to give you some advice. But right now, I don't actually engage in the whole real estate business anymore. All I have are the houses. How many times do I have to tell you this?
Fine, that's enough. What am I even doing right now talking to someone as disrespectful as you anyway?
Okay, alright. I think it would be better for you if you just go to an actual professional in this field. Maybe we should have hit up the bar after getting some dinner. I didn't realize how long it's been since we fetched the drink together. It feels like we haven't had a chance to talk to each other as much these days. I feel the same way too. I wanted to take you somewhere nice. Oh no, that's fine. I should be the one paying for stuff since I was the one that wanted to go out and hang out with you. Don't feel as if you're obligated to pay for stuff. Besides, you already bring us a lot of gifts anyway to begin with. I've been telling Evelyn to quit being so mean to you, but it seems like she's having a hard time understanding why. I'm sorry about that. No, that's totally fine. I understand. I should be able to deal with the matters better and have a better attitude about it anyway. I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry. It really isn't your fault. She's been way too harsh. I should be the one to be able to change her mind since I'm the husband. So I'm sorry about this happening so much. It feels like I'm making a lot of mistakes to you in my life. She's been telling me about how she wants to get into real estate and whatnot, and I know she's been getting on your behind about that one too. Didn't even have to ask her about it, really. Of course she would have gotten on you about it. No, it really isn't that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. I'm just so touched that my father-in-law is so thoughtful. Samantha, she's had to take in all of the burden of being the oldest child. She wasn't able to get any rewards or compliments for doing all of the things that she's done. I should have been able to do that for her, at least on my end, but our family was struggling as a whole back then. I was already wrapping my head around with money. I was only focusing on my own problems back then. I think that's why I was having a hard time taking care of Samantha, and I always regret about it and feel so sorry for that part. I want to tell you that you can trust me with taking care of Samantha for the rest of our lives. I'll try my best to aid her with all of the wounds she's gained in the past. Don't worry about it too much, and I hope you can trust me with this one.
Hey, Zach, how are you doing?
I'm sorry, Savannah, if I'm being rude, but I don't really like it when people just call me Zach instead of my full name.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I thought you were okay with it because I see Samantha calling you Zach all the time. It's about to be your birthday soon, right? Mom wants you to come by our house. You don't really have anything going on that day, right?
I'm supposed to be going on a date that day.
Don't even sweat it. I know that date's just with Samantha or whatever. Oh, you should just come with Samantha then. Mom says that she needs you to come because she's going to make a lot of food.
We have a reservation and everything for that day. Do you think that we'll be able to do the day after my birthday?
The day after? I don't really like that idea, to be honest. It's not like it's days later or something. Mom said that you can come the day after of your birthday.
Alright, so that should be this Thursday. Am I correct?
Yeah, we'll see you then. You and Samantha took the leftovers, didn't you? You really cleaned out the house, didn't you?
I kept telling you that we didn't need them, but you still gave the leftovers to me. Do you want it back then?
No, that's not what I meant by that.
Mom, the fish has already gone bad. The Tupperware is so old that it's got a crack in it and it's leaking from the sides.
Do you really want to complain when I was just trying to be nice and let you guys take some of the leftovers? You should be thankful instead of complaining. Ugh, I should just let it go since I'm the grown-up. Who else would tolerate your behavior like I do? Plus, what do you mean the fish has already gone bad? I made that yesterday.
That fish looks like it's got mold or something on.
Oh, really? Well, if you say that it is, then I guess it really has gone bad. Do you want me to make some more?
No, that's alright. I appreciate it. If we want the same dish, we'll try buy some or give it a shot on making it on our own. But I've been wondering, why are you so nice to me all of a sudden? I think this is the first time you've thrown a party for me and made a bunch of food for my birthday.
What do you mean the first time? It's just that you're not remembering the other times that I've made you food. I mean, it's already been like 8 years since you've been with us.
No, I'm pretty sure that this is the very first time that you've treated me like this. And with Savannah, I never got any texts from her before, and I only really see her maybe once a year when there's an important holiday. This is all weirding me out a little.
It's not because of anything crazy. I just wanted to know something. You have 3 houses, right? Do you think you'll be able to give one of those houses over to Savannah by any chance?
Are you being serious?
Of course I'm being serious. Savannah is going to get married here in a little bit, and I was thinking about giving her a house as a gift. But where am I going to get the money from to buy a house? I was just wondering if you can help us out with this one a bit. After all, you have 3 houses to yourself.
I'm sorry, but I don't really think I owe you anything, at least with this one. I already told you this before, but one of the houses that I have is for my family to live in. The other one I gave away to my sibling because they got married. The third house, I'm receiving rent from an actual customer. I've also been told that Nathan has exceptional skills in playing the piano. His instructor was telling me about how gifted he is. I want to be able to support my son with everything that I can for him. One day I want to sell whatever property I can to fund my son's future. I'm sorry, but I can't just give away one of the houses to you.
Are you really going to be like this? You didn't even hesitate or consider to even think about it.
I already told you about all of this, though. I worked hard for these houses. I can't just give them away for free like that.
I already know about how you were in debt when all of that was going down, and that Samantha was the one that actually got you out of it. This means that Samantha played a role in repaying all of that debt, didn't she?
That's not entirely wrong, but it still doesn't mean that I absolutely need to give one of my houses to you.
What do you mean it's not? Samantha is my daughter.
Oh, now she's your daughter? Did you ever actually think of her as your daughter, though? She is so traumatized from her childhood because of the way you treated her back then. You did nothing but make her feel as if she's unworthy because you never even tried to recognize her achievements or the help that she's giving you in your life. But you dare to claim that she's your daughter now?
I gave birth to her, so am I not the mom? Of course she's my daughter. What should I call her then? What is the matter with you? Plus, even if you were to give away one of those houses to Savannah, you're still left with 2 more houses, anyway. So why are you being so stubborn and stingy about giving just one of them away? And what, piano? Really? Do you know how hard it is to succeed in life with the arts? Do you even have a clue? You don't you? Stop wasting your money on something that's guaranteed to fail and just give away one of your houses to Savannah.
You're really starting to act like I owe you one of the houses that I have. What is going on with you? Stop pushing something that just isn't reasonable. Also, how do you know for sure that Nathan isn't going to become successful with the piano or not? Don't say whatever you want just because you can. I mean, look at Savannah. She's been playing the violin for how long? But it's not like she made a whole bunch of money from that either.
What? Do you even know what you're saying? How can you say something so ignorant like that? Apologize right now. Talking bad about Savannah is the same thing as talking bad about me, too.
Just like you're crazy about protecting Savannah, I'm crazy about protecting my child from receiving insolent comments like you just said. You were the one to start all of this in the first place.
Oh, whatever you say. It's all stupid anyway. I have already told them that I'll give them a house when they get married. In order to keep my promise, I need you to help me out and lend me one of your houses. Did I word this too hard for you to understand?
No, I understood perfectly what you wanted to say. I've already told you multiple times now that I don't want to give away my house. You will so easily talk bad about my son, who is also your grandson, which now makes me understand why Savannah is failing at everything, including with the violin and social skills. If she was falling behind compared to her peers, she should have dedicated extra time in order to at least make it up for how much you put money in her. But I bet all she was thinking about was to bring other people down instead of climbing her way up. She's just like you, Evelyn.
So, you're going to not only badmouth me right to my face, but you're going to talk bad about my daughter, too? You've been getting on my nerves ever since the beginning of this conversation with your attitude. You better apologize for what you've done. Hurry up!
I think you're the one that should apologize this time. There is no reason for me to apologize to you at all, as well as any reason for me to absolutely have to give my house to Savannah. Besides, do you even have money to pay for the gift tax that will come with it? Or are you going to tell me to pay for the gift tax too? Well, I guess it wouldn't be like you if you decided to pay for it yourself.
Now you're really showing your teeth to me, huh? Are you really going to be like this with a family member? Keep going like this and Carmel will come find you soon enough.
Why should I worry about karma or whatever? I think you should be worrying about Savannah more than you worry about me. Oh, did you know you raised her so poorly, especially with manners, and abused Samantha so much that Savannah doesn't even show respect for Samantha? How could you even think about asking me for a house to give to Savannah when she disrespects her own blood sister that's married to the man who was supposed to give this house away for her? All she knows how to do is hide behind your shadow and talk crap. If she at least had some kind of decency, she would never treat either Samantha or I with such disrespect. Everything that has happened so far makes me not even want to give her something in general for getting married.
Are you done talking now? Good, because you better listen closely to this one. From today on, I will make sure that you fail at everything that you do and put a curse on you so that you slowly deteriorate and lose everything in your life. I won't dare to see you succeed anymore in life when we aren't able to do so ourselves. Who was it? Who is it that did this? What happened while I was in the bathroom? Why did my soon-to-be in-laws run out of the restaurant cursing and mumbling about some nonsense? Samantha, will you tell me exactly what's going on right now? What did you scheme against us? Coming all the way over here? You and your husband just ruined the whole marriage. Do you understand what you even just did?
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I don't understand why and what you're so pumped up for.
I already heard that you two showed up to the meeting. Stop acting like you don't know anything and tell me the truth. They literally cursed us out into our faces.
All we did was talk about what's going on in our household, such as you asking me for a house of mine when it's clearly not owed. About how I work really hard to get these houses, about how much I can't stand the way that you and Savannah act, as if I owe you this house. But it seems like no matter what I do, you two are trying to rip me away from my hard-earned house. No matter what you do, I won't ever change my mind and give you the house anyway, so don't be over here thinking that that house is already Savannah's. That's all I told them.
Really? This is what you do to take revenge on me? You and Samantha both have lost your minds, haven't you guys, huh?
Stop it, Evelyn. You're making yourself look like a fool now. Aren't you embarrassed of yourself trying to steal Zachary's house that he's worked for with his own money?
Seriously? What is going on with you, Mom? Why do you need to be like this to us? Up until now, I was dying for your attention and your love as your daughter, but the more I watch you act selfish, I realized that I don't need any love from someone like you ever. It would do more harm than good to be loved by someone as cruel as you. It won't turn me into a better person. It'll just make me act exactly like the way Savannah does. Savannah needs to learn everything from scratch because of the way that you raised her. She needs to learn how to respect her family to start everything off.
Then you should have brought this up before all of this happened. Why are you ruining everything now?
Did you ever even try to listen to what we had to say to you anyway? We already told you so many times, but you decided to ignore what we had to say every single time we brought it up to your attention.
Whatever. That's not what I'm angry about right now. Savannah's engagement is about to get broken off because of you and Samantha. I'm going to report the two of you to the police. You will all rot in jail for what you've done. This is defamation.
Sure, I'm fine with that. At least I'll get 3 hot meals a day if I end up in prison the next day.
Go ahead then. If you want, I'll take care of the process for you too. Savannah, who relied on my mother-in-law for everything, eventually got dumped by the man that she was seeing. She couldn't find anyone else and was jumping from different jobs and did part-time work most of the time. In the end, she pretty much wasted her time and gained no real experience. My son has been keeping up with practicing the piano and is now on the path of becoming a professional. He has won so many awards from concerts, and I am so proud of myself for believing in his skills. After a long conversation with my wife, we've decided to cut ties with my mother-in-law. It's been 5 years since I've seen her. Sometimes I really want to ask her, Who was the better one at raising the successful child? But I already know the answer to that one, so there's no point in even giving attention to someone who doesn't deserve it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.